Team of the season is here, and if you're looking for a cheap and reliable way to buy your FC25 coins over Team of the season, then please look no further than FIFAcoin.com. There's going to be loads of great promos going on, and you can get an extra 5% when you use my code Martain. Link will be in the description.
Hi guys, Martain88 here, and welcome back to another Eafc 25 video. And today I'm showing you some 4-3-3-4 custom tactics and player roles, also known as like 4-3-3 attack. This is actually the formation I use for squad battles as well, and this is viable. It's quite attacking, but it's definitely viable. You know, a lot of these formations aren't actually that different. I've been having these conversations in my coaching sessions. You know, a lot of these formations really aren't that different, and the reason they're not that different is because of the player roles. You know, we're talking about very subtle differences. In fact, I'm going to delve straight into it here. If you have a look at the right hand side of the screen, you know, that arguably looks like 4-2-1-3 to me, which everybody loves. You know, we're talking very, very, very subtle differences. Yeah. Right. Okay. So first of all, build-up style, short passing. If you watched any of my tactics videos before, you'll know that I absolutely love short passing. And the reason for it is because it just offers me so many more options when I'm on the ball, particularly when I first win the ball back in defence. A defensive approach, I still have it on 95. I've had a few comments saying, yeah, but they've nerfed it. Oh, I must have missed that. I know it was in the notes that they have, but I've seen no effect of that in the game. In fact, I've had two of my best foot champs results recently, and I'm still using it. So yeah, absolutely no problems there whatsoever for me. And just to confirm why we want to use it, we want to take the game up to the opponent. We don't want to be sat on 50 and inviting them onto us, you know, because you're just going to be a sitting duck, quite frankly. Right, into the player roles. Now guys, before we do that, I did just want to tell you about my coaching services that I offer. I am a professional FC25 coach. That's what I do for a living. I help people get better at the game for enjoyment purposes or because they're taking it a little bit more seriously. So if you feel like you're in that space at the moment and you'd like to get a bit better at the game, then please feel free to get in touch with me. Email address is on screen. I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now, so I'd like to think that I know what I'm doing. So yeah, if you're interested, please feel free to get in touch. Right, okay, so 2 centre backs, defender and defend, and these 2 centre backs are pretty decent, to be fair. I like them a lot. 2 fullbacks, fullback and balanced. Okay, I like to use a decent bit of width, yeah, because I feel like lots of people are set up to defend through the middle, which, you know, is very effective this year, you know. So by going out wide, it stretches your opponent out wide, and of course that leaves some space in the middle, right? So if we have a look at this on screen, I change that to with the ball, you can kind of see a little bit more how this would work. And we want to get those 2 fullbacks forward. That's going to be via triggering runs, or it's going to be like Gerrard laying it into Walker's path and him eating up the grass, you know, and that would leave these 4 in the middle, which would be very good. So yes, fullback and balance, definitely not fullback and defend. That will leave you very, very narrow, and you will struggle badly to get any width with the fullbacks. Into the 2 centre mids, so we want all rounders here. Bruno and Gerrard fit that bill nicely. I've got deep line, playmaker and build up. That's a role and focus that I'm very much used to. They will move right up to the edge of the box when you've got the ball, you know, right in the opposition's final third, which is enough. You've already got 4 players in there, so that will allow you to recycle the play, or they can dart into the box or hit a long ranger. And when we lose it, they will be back into position nicely, yeah, within enough time. At cam, I've got Cole Palmer here. I like Shadow Striker a lot. I like my cam to be very, very close to my striker so that they can work off of each other, you know. I always like the cam to have technical dribble. to be honest, because you can find yourself in some very tight areas, you know. Ronaldo's still fantastic. I've played around with that. He's an absolute bark to link, but he's still doing the business for me big time. Then out on the wings, inside forward and balanced. Yeah. Now the big deal here is actually having them on balance, because when you're defending, they get back enough where actually they really like help you, and it really makes it a lot more difficult for your opponent to break you down. Yeah. So guys, there we have it. There's my 4-3-3-4 custom tactics and player roles. If that helps you out in some way, then please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you later, guys. Bye bye.